Long ago, in a dark hidden kingdom ruled by powerful vampires, there were two princes, brothers by blood, rivals by fate. Their names were Adam and Dave. Both were tall, with plain skin and glowing red eyes. But where Adam's hair was black as midnight, Dave's were blood color of flame. They shared the same thirst for blood, but not the same heart. Adam was wise and calm, always thinking before he acts. He had a strong sense of justice and wanted to rule the kingdom with kindness. David, on the other hand, was wild, cruel, and ambitious. He craved power more than anything else. But there was also something else both brothers craved: the heart of a human girl named Lizzie. Lizzie was unlike any other the prince has ever met. She lived in a small village at the edge of their dark forest. Her beauty was undeniable. Long brown hair, soft eyes like the deepest of the lakes, but it was her spirit that drew them in. She was brave and kind, always helping others, even though she knew about the vampires that ruled the land. The brothers both loved her in their own way, but only one would win her heart, and which meant one would lose everything. The tension between the two princes had been growing for years, and Lizzie became the final spark to light the fire. Their father, the Vampire King, has grown weak with age. Soon, the throne will be empty. Whoever took the throne would also need a queen. Both Adam and David knew Lizzie would be the queen. One night, under a blood-red moon, Dave could no longer hold back his anger. He stormed into Adam's chambers, his eyes glowing with fury. "Brother," he spat, "you have always stood in my way, but no more. I will be king, and Lizzie will be mine." Adam stood up calmly, though his heart was heavy. "She's not a prize to be won, Dave. If she chooses either of us, it must be of her own free will." "Free will?" Dave laughed, his voice echoing through the strongholds. "She is a woman. She will choose the one with power, and that will be me." Adam shook his head. "Power is not everything, brother. Love cannot be forced." Dave's patience snapped. "Then let us settle this once and for all. I challenge you to a duel. One of us will walk away as king, and the other will not walk away at all." Adam hesitated, but he knew there was no turning back. His anger, and he agreed to the duel. The fight would take place the next night in the ancient arena, where many battles had been fought throughout the kingdom's history. The winner will claim both the throne and Lizzie's heart, if she wishes to give it. As the sun set the following night, the brothers met in the arena. The moon was high, casting an air light over the stone walls. The wind blew through the trees, and the only sound beside the wind was the soft flutter of bats overhead. The vampire of the kingdoms gathered silently, their red eyes watching from the shadow. Adam and Dave faced each other with swords in hand. Neither spoke, for words were no longer needed. This was a fight for love and power, and only one would survive. The fight began with a flash of steel. Dave, fast and wild, struck first, his sword slicing through the air towards Adam's chest. But Adam was ready. He paired the blow and stepped back, his movements graceful and controlled. The battle continued like a deadly dance, each brother matching the other's skills. Adam fought to protect, while Dave fought to conquer. Every strike from Dave was filled with rage, desperation, while Adam's defense was calm and calculated. But Dave's anger gave him strength. His attack became vigorous, and slowly Adam began to tire. At the moment, Lizzie arrived, drawn by the whispers of the villagers. She has heard about the duel and had come to stop it. As she approached the arena, her heart ached at the sight of the two brothers locked in combat. She has grown to care for both of them, but the violence before her broke her heart. "Stop!" she cried, running towards them, but her voice was lost in the noise of battle. Dave saw her from the corner of his eyes, and it only fueled his rage. With a powerful strike, he knocked Adam's sword from his hand, sending it rattling to the ground. Adam fell to the knees, blood dripping from a wound on his side. "Now it ends here," Dave said, raising his sword for the final blow. But in the moment, something changed in Dave. He saw the look in Lizzie's eyes. Not fear, but sadness. She didn't want this. She didn't want him to kill his brother. Dave hesitated, his hand trembling as he held the sword over Adam's heart. Adam looked up at his brother, his eyes filled not with anger, but with pity. "This isn't the way, Dave." Dave's face twisted in conflict. His whole life he has wanted power, but now, standing over his brother, he wasn't sure if it was worth the cost. In the moment of hesitation, Adam made his move. With one swift movement, he grabbed a dagger hidden inside his boots and drove it into Dave's chest. Dave gasped, his sword falling from his hand. He stumbled back, his eyes wide with shock. Adam caught him as he fell, lowering his brother gently to the ground. "I'm sorry," Adam whispered, his voice filled with sorrow. Dave coughed, blood staining his lips. He looked up at Adam, and for the first time in years, there was no longer anger in his eyes, only regret. I just wanted to be strong," he whispered, his voice barely audible. "You were strong, brother," Adam said, his own eyes wet with tears. "But strength isn't always about power." With a final breath, David's eyes closed, and he was gone. Lizzie rushed to Adam's side, tears streaming down her face. She looked at Dave's still body, and then at Adam, who was barely standing. "It didn't have to be this way," she said softly. Dave nodded, his heart heavy with grief. "No, it didn't." As the moon bathed down the arena in a clear gloom, Adam stood victorious, but he felt no triumph, only loss. The kingdom would be his, but at a terrible price. And though Lizzie cared for him, her heart was broken by the blood that has been split. In the end, Adam gained the throne and the chance to love Lizzie, but the cost of the victory will haunt him for the rest of his eternal life.